Hello, and welcome to Pizzachan's podcast. And I will be your host, Pizzachan, but you already knew that. How is everyone today? Hello, Lozzie, my love. Eric, good to see you. Jen, I'll be talking to you in a second, but thank you for the emote. Ricardo, BT. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming out today. Today we're talking about one of my all-time favorite subjects, zombie apocalypse. Everybody knows I am a zombie enthusiast, which is pretty scary. D! Hi D, how are you? Welcome. I hope you're doing well today. Oh, it's okay, Nana. That's fine. You can lurk. It's fine. Thank you for the good vibes, guy. Alexia, I love you. Oh, anyway, I have two very special guests who are going to join me in my Zombie 101 talk. The lovely Shotgun Jen and the beautiful Queen 17KB. Let's bring them on right now. Hello, ladies.
Alright, let me mute your stream.
What are you two doing over
Lizzie.
here? Huh?
I double Lizzie just then.
Oh, you double. Oh, one of me is bad enough. I am feeling better. Thank you, D. I love you. And Mally, thank you for that gift sub. You're so amazing. But yes, we have the lovely Shotgun Jen and Queen 17KB here to talk with me about zombies. I love zombies.
Oh.
So how are you ladies doing today?
Not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I heard it was very cold in your neck of the wood, Jen.
Yeah, we had like 2 minutes worth of very, very, very light snow, and so I made the most of it because I love snow, but we've hardly had any this year, so...
Does Ruby love it? Does Ruby like snow?
Oh, she loves the snow.
Nice.
Absolutely loves it.
So cute.
I love it. Does Snowy like snow? That's a strange question to ask, Queen.
I don't know. She hasn't. I think she's been outside with snow once, and she wasn't bothered by it. She's just like being her old self. So I'm not really sure if she hates it or likes it.
We will never know. She is so aloof. We have no idea.
We have no clue.
We have no idea. All right, so we're gonna first start off this talk. We're gonna talk about our favorite zombie movies.
Oh.
We're gonna start with you, Jen. What is your favorite zombie movie?
Oh. I'm gonna have to have a little think.
You're gonna have a little think? How about you,
Because
Queen?
it's all rushing to my head.
Well, one of the funniest one I watched. I'm not sure if it is a zombie movie, but The Crazies.
Well, I mean, that is some kind of weird infection, so it could be. I mean, because technically the remake of Dawn of the Dead, it's kind of like a rabid kind of... What am I thinking of? Rabies! It's kind of like a rabies. And 28 Days Later is kind of like a rabies, too. They're not actually dead. So maybe, yeah. Hey, Zone, how are you? But yeah, you could do that. Because they all essentially start out to be a virus. I don't remember the actual plot line to The Crazies.
No, it was just funny because we all watched it together and we were having so much fun. So that's why that one comes up in my mind. But the best one I have to say is Train to Busan, definitely.
Oh my god,
Definitely.
Train to Busan. Let me talk about this movie, okay? I only watched it recently because my sister said, you gotta watch it, because everybody knows I'm into K-drama and K-pop and all that.
Yeah.
And I have to admit that the Eastern lands have the best horror films ever. Because they do it better, but just because they make the environment completely creepy from the start, so you feel uneasy when you go in. You know what I mean? They're games that they have like Fatal Frame and things that are Japanese or Taiwanese. They always have this feel to them that makes you feel like there's somebody watching me behind you. You know what I mean? But Train to Busan, that
Great
scene
movie.
where the girl gets on the train and transitions right in the middle, I'm like, why is she popping? It was so good. I haven't seen any movies that have done that with zombies. I've seen them crawl all over each other, like in World War Z. but none that have actually made them bend backwards and snap themselves. It's kind of like the new Netflix special, the All of Us Are Dead. Have any of you guys seen that?
No.
You should watch it. It's about
I watched trailers,
but you should watch it. You should watch it. It's really, really good. It's similar. The entire government just leaves them because they think it's a lost cause and teenagers can't stay alive or whatever. So they get all the politicians and all of the businessmen and important people out, but they leave them there, so they have to survive. It's really, really good. If you guys haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. It's called All of Us Are Dead. Please go watch. It's awesome. And they actually added something that most zombie movies don't, where some people are immune. They can get it, but it doesn't turn them into a zombie. It turns them into something else. But oh my god, I have not stopped talking. Okay. I just see, once I get on the subject, I just keep talking and talk. Okay, I'm done.
You're fine.
I'm done. I just don't breathe when I'm talking because I'm so excited about this subject today. So I'm good. Here, let me take a drink so I don't, hack up a lung. But anyway, Train to Busan is amazing.
Yes.
But I would not survive that type of zombie apocalypse. One, because they run. This potato can't run. So if they're chasing me, nuh-uh, I die. I get turned into a zombie and I'm munching somebody's kidney. So no.
Yeah, no.
Everybody knows
like in Resident Evil.
Yeah, Resident Evil. They have to be like Dawn of the Dead, the original kind of zombies that don't run. They kind of around.
They're just stupid.
Yeah, they're really slow. That's the only way I get by them. Yeah, my favorite movie is Dawn of the Dead 1978 because I grew up with that movie. That was my mom and my favorite movie to watch when my dad worked late. So it was like, what a strange movie to bond with over your mother. But hey, it's okay. You guys know how weird I am. So, Jen, what's your favorite movie? Did you think about it?
Well, I looked up like the zombie movies because I've watched so many, and I wouldn't say this was like a great zombie movie, but I think it's like the zombie movie that I enjoyed the most and that I've watched loads. And I know like a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, it was shit. Was the first Resident Evil film?
No, I actually liked it.
Yeah, I mean, I know the others did suck, but I actually did enjoy the first one. I mean, yeah, I wasn't too keen on like the Alice character and stuff like that, but if I had to choose one that I've watched like loads, it would have to be that one. I think, like the first Resident Evil film.
I mean, if you're not a huge fan of Resident Evil or don't know what the game is about, then you probably would like that movie.
Yeah.
But the main character is 1000% Mary Sue. And if you're a writer, you know what a Mary Sue is, a person that can do everything and is good at everything and knows how to solve everything and it has no flaws. So she is a complete Mary Sue and she has completely ruined the series. I mean, we want a character that is more human so we can relate to it. We don't want this superhuman. I mean, even the Marvel X-Men, they have flaws, horrible flaws. Well, you just can't make people like that. I'm sorry, that's a completely different subject I don't want to go off on. But yeah, but most zombie films have people starting out in different. The hell is that music in the background? Wow, that is creepy shit. But anyway, yes, we're here with Queen and Shotgun Jen. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Deadpoolio. They're both here with me today, my beloved friends.
Hello, guys.
See, that's why they're all here. They're here to see you guys, not me.
Nah, that's not true.
But anyway, they all started out in a particular way. You guys should watch Black Summer too. The first season is really good. The second season is kind of shit, but the first season is very accurate about what would happen in zombie apocalypse. So we're gonna do something fun right now. We're gonna do a scenario exercise.
Oh god!
Like we're back in school.
God,
all right,
help me.
So the scenario we're going to have is you wake up to the sound of. You wake up jumping out of bed at the sound of screaming outside your window. You rush to your window, pull back the curtain, and see a zombie apocalypse is happening. It is early in the morning, let's say about 6 a.m. Jen, what is your first actions?
Make sure my doors are locked and my curtains are closed.
All right, okay. So what do you do next?
Get my baseball bat.
See, Jen has the right idea. Immediately make yourself invisible and find yourself a weapon. I see these people in movies go, oh my god, and stare at the things going on. It's like, yeah, what if they see you? Your first instinct as a gamer is to find something to beat something else in the head with, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, that would be my first. Of course, I would be screwed because all of my windows are all, like, level. So they'd be crashing through my living room. But luckily, my bathroom window is not too high. I can jump out the back and make my escape. See, I've actually thought about this a lot. When you're sick and can't leave the house, you think about these things a lot. So Hi, Pete. How are you?
Pete.
Hi, Pete.
Oh, okay. It's that warm, Nana. Jeez.
Oh,
Wow. Okay. But, Queen, what would you do?
Well, I'm not a morning person, so I'll just go back to sleep.
Just imagine Queen looking at window.
Queen's like, I don't believe in the apocalypse before noon, so you can just get out of here.
Getting eaten by zombies. Oh, sod them. I'm going back to sleep.
Just make sure my door's shut and the snowy will take care of them.
I'd be like, never mind.
Yeah, I'll leave them
Another day on this planet Earth.
Oh, God.
No, I would grab the used kitchen knife that I have in my kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have two, so I would, like, take two of them. Close my windows, see where Snowy is, because where the fuck is Snowy? I'd probably put her in my backpack and make sure that her head is out and take her with me and, you know, see if there's any news where you can go, if we have to escape somewhere, if anywhere is safe, see where my, you know, friends and such are. And yeah, like try to see if I have to run and hide in a somewhere safe, or I don't know. It's complicated. Like
It all depends, right?
Yeah.
It all depends on what type of zombies they are. If they've issued any type of emergency order, or if it happened too fast, like in World War Z, where it just like completely rushed everybody because they turn in 12 seconds. In World War Z, the zombies, they bite you, you turn in 12 seconds. But when the regular zombies, like in Resident Evil, they bite you, it can be anywhere from 10 minutes to a day before you turn. So it's like, it all depends on the virus and how fast it moves. I think Black Summer was like that too. Black Summer moved fast.
The mistake I won't make is leaving somebody alive that is about to turn into a zombie. Like many people do that. Don't. Save yourself.
Put them out their misery.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, if I got bit, I want somebody to kill me right away. I don't want to go through pain and agony being sick. Just shoot me in the head, okay? Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But yeah, I would be completely screwed because we're not really in a busy area, but everything in my neighborhood, the windows are really low to the ground, so I would have to find an attic. I'd have to actually open the hatch.
That's where we'd have to go. We'd have to go to your place, Lizzie, and go in your hatch.
You're right behind my attic. We flipping up there with the ghost. She was throwing stuff at you. Get out of here! No, it's the zombie apocalypse. No. Oh yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. Say where zombie apocalypse happened. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. So are you guys a large group, as in like a community? Small group, like maybe of 10 people, or are you a solo runner?
Depends who's with me. If I'm alone and I don't have any friends or family with me, I'll be a lone runner because I really, really, really don't trust other people. I really don't, especially not in a war or in a zombie apocalypse. I would be like, okay, I'm kind of sus about everybody around me right now.
Very suspicious. You're very sus. I'm sus for you. Please leave me alone. But I meant in speaking of your family members, as in you in real life. Would you most likely go with your family?
Yes.
Okay. How about you, Jen?
Yeah, I would as well. Like, because in Wales, it's only like me, Pete, his mum and dad. And that's it. So there would be like 4 of us. And maybe my 2 neighbours, if they want to hook up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll probably look after my neighbour, Rick,
Mm-hmm.
the old guy, and my other 2 neighbours. I'd probably say, come on, like, better in numbers.
Let's go find a shelter.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. My brother-in-law his mom lives out in the rural area. I can't even say the word rural. There we go, words. Thank you. Yes, I couldn't say it, but
yeah.
they have guns and stuff out there, and the house is basically, it is 1 floor, but it is built very securely with cinder blocks.
Okay.
So, and being out in the country like that, you have less chance of being overrun by the Zeds, because they're going to be more sparse than you would being in the city, because everybody is going to be so close in contact. They're going to be infected quickly, and it's just going to spread super fast. And so you'll be fighting with them, and the people rioting, and the people looting, and the people trying to get this the fuck out, and they don't care about you. They want to protect their family with exactly what you're doing, which makes sense, but it just causes chaos. So my plan would be get as far away from the city as possible with water and supplies, enough gas to get me out there, and then we'd figure out what to do from there. That would be me.
Lizzie, you know the film Shaun of the Dead?
Yes.
Right, that's based in the UK, so that would, like, you can imagine, like, that would be, like, me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we just have a bunch of melee weapons. We'd come across some, like, people we know in the neighbourhood. Hi, yeah, bye, this is our little group, see you later, with our melee weapons, and just whack zombies. That's what it'd be here, because we don't have the luxury of guns, so...
Yeah, same.
Oh, everybody loves Shaun of the Dead, but if you haven't seen Shaun
and
of
hold
the
up
Dead...
in our local pub.
Hang out in the pub and eat
Getting
peanuts.
a beer.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so good. But yeah. Fortunately, I do know how to use a firearm. Don't ask me how to clean it, but I do know how to use it. But I would think melee weapons would be better because they're quieter. For one.
I've held a firearm before.
Mm-hmm.
I have not.
Like a real, like a pistol. Like, obviously, like in the UK, you can't have a fully loaded gun. Like, if you do own a gun and the bullets, like, you can't have the bullets in the gun.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of my mum's exes, like, brought the gun to show us, but he had to leave, like, but they have to be separate, like the bullets in the gun, and he just showed us the gun, and I held it, and I was like, is this like a real pistol? He was like, yeah, and it was heavy.
Yeah, it is.
Really heavy.
You have no idea how heavy that thing is. I fired a 45 and a 22. The 22 was much easier to use. It was still heavy, but the 45 has one hell of a kick on it. I might just be a weakling. And the shell casing went down my shirt and burned my boob, which is not a good thing for it to do. So you must be very careful when shooting guns.
I
still have the scar from it, okay? It's not good.
You still have a scar?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It was hot. It was a hot bullet.
Oh lord.
See, I have all kinds of experiences, bro.
I thought I never held a gun, but I actually have. Now I'm thinking of it.
Mm-hmm.
My granddad has like a shotgun-like weapon. It's from my granddad, and one day when I was younger, I was like, oh my god, that's, so cool when you're younger. And I remember shooting with it, not with the bullet in, with the bullet out. When my grandpa let me hold it and shoot it. And it was so fucking heavy. And when you shoot something like that, it's so weird. It's
loud.
It's like
too.
There's so much power behind it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But I have a feeling that if a zombie apocalypse breaks out, you're not gonna find any guns or weapons.
Bow and arrow, let's go.
Bow and arrow, we're out in the yard, we're Legolas and up on the hill. Chow! Is what I'm saying.
Would airsoft guns be effective, do you think?
What's that?
Airsoft guns.
Airsoft.
Yeah, they're kind of like not paintballing guns, but they fire like pellets or something. I don't know if they're lethal,
yeah.
but yeah,
they might just be irritating to the zombie because it depends on also what type of zombie you're thinking of. It could be like shoot through the brain, or if we're talking like Return of the Night of the Living Dead, those zombies do not die unless you burn them. So it's like, again, it all depends. I mean, if we're talking about decapitation, yeah, probably not. It'll probably just irritate them. But the freezing paintballs would be fun though. We just shoot them with the frozen paintballs. Pacha, pacha, pacha. As long as Nemi doesn't come around the corner, we'll be okay, right? But yes. All right, so we talked about our scenario. We talked about our favorite movie. Now we're going to talk about what type of shelter you guys would go to after you have your transportation, you have your weapons, you have some medical stuff, you have a radio. You're good. So now you need to go figure out where you're going to hold up. What would be the first place that you would go to? I have a list. I'm going to read it off, and you can pick which one out of the list that you think would be the most secure.
Okay.
Right, we have the police station. We have fire department. We have the mall. We have the hospital. We have a prison. We have school. We have a residential home, just a random home out in the country. We have a rooftop. We have a boat, like a cruise boat. And we have an island. Say you could get to an island.
Oh.
Where would you want to go? And why?
Island.
You want to go to the island.
Yeah.
Why would you want to go to the island?
Well, it depends on what kind of island. If we're talking about an island where not many people live, or that is, that basically has no people, because there are still places in the world where people don't live, I would go there because, first of all, the infection or whatever it is that's infecting people is hopefully not there yet, because there are no people there. And you could set something up there, try to start a new life. Zombies won't, get a boat and get to you. I hope that they are not that smart. So I would go to an island. I think.
What about if you run out of fuel though in the boat?
Swim. Go for it.
Swim.
The Queen does have a good point though, because of the low population of islands. I mean, there's a lot of them over here in the U.S. A lot of things surrounded by lakes, and there is a good plethora of boats. And from the history of zombies as we know it, none of them can actually swim. They will go and walk on the bottom of the ocean, but they cannot swim. So this is good. But
that's good.
Being on an island also poses a problem of getting back and forth for supplies, especially if you're on a lowly populated island. That doesn't mean there's not going to be shortage of supplies and tools and things that you might need. So I mean, you would have plenty of area to make a garden or whatever after your current packages of food and whatever run out. But it is a good idea. It has like one or two drawbacks, but an island would be a good idea. But that's because I've always wanted to go on an island. So all right, but a queen would go on an island. We're gonna call her island Snowy, the Snowy Island. All right, Jen, where would you go?
I
know, Nova.
Have you watched all The Walking Dead?
I have.
Okay, because I didn't want to spoil it, but I know, like, when they went to the prison, it didn't work out, but if they made stupid choices, it was just stupid. But I probably, like, if it was abandoned and there was literally no zombies in there and stuff, I probably would go to a prison, because it's designed to, like, keep things in and out. Like, it has good security around it, so you wouldn't have to worry too much about building barricades and stuff like that. And sometimes, like, I know, like, you got the risk because they're sometimes near cities and stuff like that, but I don't know, like, the island thing would just freak me out, being, like, isolated like that, and just the worry of getting back and forth and running out of fuel and stuff like that. With a prison, like, you would be near, like, places where you can get supplies and stuff.
Well, there are lots of pros to being in a prison, considering that it has really thick walls. It has a fence around the outside. It has got guard towers.
Yeah. And
it's solely isolated from, unless you're where I live in Pittsburgh, where the main jail is, like, in the center of all of our highways. It's like, why would you put it there? But
it's so stupid.
But yeah, a prison for where I live would not be a good idea because it's in the central hub of our city. It is like in the center. Well, not the center, but it's near the edge, and there's like highways and shit going all around it, so you can like walk right by it. It's like, yeah, those little windows. I don't understand why they built it that way. But if we're talking about the Walking Dead prison, yes, definitely. I think they filmed The Walking Dead in Alabama. I think. Yes, no, but it would be it would be ideal. It would be an ideal if it is close to places where you can get supplies and fuels and medical things, and it's got walls, and if they're still there, they have a weapons cache. Also, I wanted to make the con point, which prisons will be most likely in a zombie apocalypse. They'd be more likely being taken over by the National Guard or whatever, using it for like health stations. Schools and police stations and things like that are usually used as kind of like bases for the apocalypse, for army people to set up their base, like a headquarters, and they have places for the sick people and scientists trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, those kind of things. So it might already be occupied, but if it's not occupied, Jen, it would be a fantastic location. But Eric brought up an interesting point about the soil and air. It depends how the virus is transmitted, whether the air and the soil would be bad for planting. Because there was a thing in the Walking Dead about the animals and stuff getting sick from the virus.
Mm-hmm.
So that could create another virus on top of the other virus. So it's like, so that's also a good point. Thank you for bringing that up. But the prison is a very good thing.
Yeah, I'm coming with Jen.
You don't want to go on the island anymore.
No, I'm going with
Queen's
Jen.
having second thoughts now. We've talked about.
I'm gonna just pretend I'm playing a game with Jen and Pete.
Also, Dee brought up a good point that they have some medical supplies because they would have the nurses and whatever stations for healing the sick and the wounded from the obvious gunfights. So they would have some medical supplies. They would have weapons, gunfights, security, and they would have lots of space for future farms or whatever, if that's where you want to make your last stand. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Am I even making sense right now? I'm just going on pure caffeine.
I want to know where you choose.
Me?
Mm.
So I actually have two places that I would have. A number one choice would be a residential home in the country, because basically the location is spread out. And what the hell is this music? It is like super loud in my ear. I can't concentrate. Shush music. Shush. Don't be so dramatic. Anyway, I would pick a residential home out in the country area, because in my area, if you go about 2, 3, maybe 4 miles out, you could go into an area where it's a lot of farms and things like that, so you can take over one of them and you would naturally have food for that. And being there, I mean, if it were going to be in a small group, because I'm only going to do a small group, it would be my family, would be my sister, my brother-in-law, my husband, and me, and maybe my high school friend who lives down the street, and maybe Dee, because Dee lives down here too. So, but Dee is my coworker. But yes, so we would come and get her and save them. So we'd go out to the rural areas, and if you're in the country, they obviously have around, especially in the U.S. If you're in the country, they definitely have weapons of some sort. And they probably would have some kind of livestock, like chickens or whatever. If you could keep that alive and maintained, that would be helpful. Plus, you have all of that open space where you could build walls. But, I mean, talking in Jen's case, the walls are already there. But in the farm case, you would have to build them up. So that would be a con, because you'd have to build them up. Yay, I'm invited! Yes, I wouldn't leave you alone! So, but yeah, there also would be less zombies out there. And, yeah, it just would be less of a hassle having to deal with the main parts of the city, because that would be a disaster. But also in the main parts of the city, if you could get to the main parts of the city, I would do a rooftop.
Oh.
Because if you go to something like one of that, we have really tall buildings in the US, especially in Pittsburgh. They're like gigantic ones. So you could actually go to a rooftop and somehow create like livable space because you could collect the rainwater, and you could also build a rooftop garden. And you're far away from whatever down there because zombies are. I mean, they are pretty smart. They will break into the lower levels, but I don't think they'd have that much ambition to climb all the way to the top unless they smell something. You know what I mean? And you can also have a good vantage point because you can see how far, and if you can see a helicopter, you can flag them down and say, "Hey, asshole, I'm alive over here." But I doubt they would do that. But I think I would do a rooftop or a rural country house.
Oh, I wouldn't like a rooftop because I'd be scared, like, in case you get surrounded, like,
That's true.
below. And oh no, I'd feel trapped.
I'm also scared of heights, so rooftop would be kind of scary. But lol, yeah. There's lots of cons to the rooftop, especially considering if something happens below the building and they surround the building and crash through.
Well,
you said, it could be trapped up there.
Well, you could. There is one pros with a roof though, because if for some reason a helicopter goes past and you build like an SOS sign, they'll see you first, won't they? So
yeah, true.
and they can possibly land.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yeah.
Well, you would have to deal with the I mean, you could probably take the first floor and the roof, or the top floor and the roof up there, you know, the very, very top, and have that first floor barricaded off so you can have some place to stay out of the elements, and then have a place for all of your workings, like catching the rain and any type of things you're making, like alchemical things.
The biggest problem you'll have is how do you get food?
Yeah, that would
because
exactly.
You have to get off the rooftop at some point.
But being in the main city, you would have options to scavenge, but there's also the big thing with all of the zombies. So I have one that's super risky but somewhat beneficial, and then one that's kind of low-key. I'm out in the country with like grass sticking out of my mouth, petting my cow while everybody else is dying from the zombie apocalypse. So hi, cute bit. But the other situation, a lot of people will head directly for like the police stations and the hospital, which is not very smart. Because I mean, your first reaction of something is going to happen, especially if some kind of catastrophe is going to happen. What are you going to do? Call the police.
Go to bed.
Or you know what I mean? Or go to the hospital, and then that's where everybody's going to be. So those are going to be the hot zones. You're going to find the police station and the hospital. And then people are going to be starting to move people into the school, you know, like as in safe zones. So they're going to have packed schools and things like that. So it's a breeding ground. I can't word. Oh my god. A breeding ground for the virus and things to break out and bad shit to happen, you know. We can take the incidents from Raccoon City. It's like we're going to keep people in the police station, have somebody bite somebody, and then bye-bye! Everybody's done. If we're in this together, we're doing the house. I'm clumsy. If we're in the rooftop, I go splat. It's okay. It's okay. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll find a nice house somewhere. You know what I mean? Alright, so we wouldn't do the police station, the fire department, and the hospital are definitely out. And the school.
The hospital is like the worst.
Yeah, the hospital is numero ground zero because that's where everybody's going to go when they're sick. Although there is much, that neon sign that says we have supplies, yeah, you ain't getting them. Yeah, because we have tons of weapon shops in the U.S., and you know that's the first thing people are going to go to. Like things like Walmart and Home Depot that sell guns. And then you have your sporting goods stores that are going to be hit next. And then pharmacies and things like that, they're going to be hit because of the drugs they have. People want, especially people who are chronically ill and they want to go and get things like inhalers or injections. They want to raid that first. So then you're dealing with the mass pile of humans, which are probably 10 times more dangerous than zombies in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Are you okay, Queen? You don't sound very lively today. I love you!
Thank you. Love you too.
But yeah. And I wouldn't be too keen on a boat because I'm terrified of water.
Yeah, and if you're on a big boat and someone gets infected, you're kind of screwed.
Basically screwed, yeah, because you got like what jump in the water in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. No,
I
thank you.
don't think a cruise ship is very, very pleasing to me because I don't want to be near that much water where I could drown. Thank you very much. Going to the island would be okay because I have a boat and it's not like a permanent solution. It's not a long-term solution, so I would be okay to get to an island. But being on a boat, no, I'm terrified of water. Terrified of water.
Thanks.
No thanks. No thanks. And what else have we got? So I think that's everything for that. I was gonna say something else, but I completely forgot. The mall.
Oh no.
Because Dawn of the Dead naturally picked the mall as a safe hold.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it does have a plethora of supplies, but there are so many flaws to a mall that you just don't want to get into.
Too many entries, and raiders who also want food, and people will get nasty when they are hungry, will also come in and probably kill you for all the stuff that you have. So I think it's a very, very bad idea.
I mean, if you guys have seen the original Dawn of the Dead, they had everything trapped up. They were actually living in a storehouse above the mall because their helicopter landed on the roof, and they broke in and they found a storehouse, and they were hanging out there. And the one got a bright idea that they should go down and see what's going down there, and then they took over the whole mall by moving these huge trucks in front of the door, which is a really brilliant idea. But the fact that one of them got bit while they were getting the trucks is just that's the risk factor of doing these things. It's like so it's not really good. And as Queen said, the doors are glass. They're pretty sturdy, but they're still glass. Still glass. We want to do something that's not glass, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, and people will turn nasty for your supplies. Like a zombie apocalypse is not only about the zombies, it's also about the bad people that are out there that really only care about their own lives.
Queen, you brought up a good point. If you guys haven't seen Black Summer, the beginning part is basically that. When the first thing started, apparently the Army / National Guard was setting up waypoints for them, but if you showed any sign of being sick, they would kick you out. You weren't allowed to pass through. But
I swear I've seen that.
The beginning part is just how it's
oh yes.
Have you seen
it? This? Yes.
So basically, it gives you separate points of view of the leading characters, of how each of them they come together at the end, but. They show you how they start out. Each of them start out. The one lady starts out, her husband's bit, and they're trying to cross over. Doesn't have they catch him, and then they kick her out. And then the people behind them, they're waiting in line to transport, actually riot on the army men, and then they just leave without them until they're stuck there anyway. But she has to learn how to survive without her husband and her kid. Her kid was taken with the truck without her. So she's by herself, and she runs into this other guy who apparently was being detained by the army because he supposedly did something. So he has a gun because he took over the army guy, so he is the only one with weapons, and he saved her life from the dude that was trying to kill her. And it was just like those two automatically bonded, but it's just an ongoing leapfrog of events. Because one lady had a car, she let somebody in because they needed help. The dude tried to take her car, tried to kick her out. And the dude came while the dude was trying to beat her to get her out of the car. And he started to beat the guy that was trying to beat her to get out of the car. And it's like, oh my god, this is chaos. And it's a perfect example of what would happen. People would completely go chaotic and almost primal to keep themselves alive.
Exactly.
It's like you don't know who you could trust. And it's like, wow, this is such an accurate representation of what would happen. So the beginning of the new Dawn of the Dead and Black Summer are the most accurate representations of how fast things would go to shit in an apocalypse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's chaos, and there's no law, there's no police force or government to keep people in check.
Yeah, they would think at first it would be a big joke, and before they would know it, everything would be out of control, and their only tactic to fix it would be a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, no thank you.
No thank you. You know what I mean? What else was I gonna say? There was gonna be something else I was Yeah, the mall is no. Yeah, so any of those, if anybody else has in the chat has any other places they think would be safe, but these are the main ones that most people talk about in a zombie apocalypse. Did you know?
Think the woods would be a good idea though? Like a cabin in the woods.
A cabin, yeah, secluded rural areas in the country or in the woods. Even if you are going to some of those weird, like, reclusive, fancy, they're actually architects. I watch a lot of house videos about small houses and big houses, unique houses. There's a lot of them that said some of them they're up really, really high on like mountain cliffs and things like that, or some that are underground. I don't know if I could live underground. I have really bad claustrophobia. So, I mean, I know it would be for my own safety, but I would wig out like every day. And being up in like on a mountain cliffs and everything, you'd be so isolated. You would have a good vantage point, and you would have plenty of areas to grow food and things like that, and there would be clean water. But it would be like you'd be trapped all the time by all that space. If you guys know what the hell I'm talking about, I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about most of the time. So anyway,
No, makes sense. The only, good point about the mountain is you can grow a lot of shit there, a lot of food, and you have clean air. And you have an advantage to anything that comes up, So it's a safe area, but it's it's very secluded. It is.
Apparently, Nova would raid an old folks' home. That's a good question. I know they probably wouldn't, like in The Walking Dead. If you guys have seen The Walking Dead, if you haven't and are going to watch The Walking Dead, put your fingers in your ears now, because there is an episode in The Walking Dead where there are a bunch of a bunch of people protecting senior citizens because they were just left to die. Of course, that would happen in a zombie apocalypse. I mean, most people would leave the sick or the elderly because they couldn't defend themselves, so they would let them just, like they did in the actual COVID pandemic. They were like, the sick and the elderly can just die and everybody else will perpetual on, which I think is bullshit, but that's what would happen. That's exactly what would happen in a zombie apocalypse. If you're not strong, if you're not important, you're gonna die. You better go and find shit for yourself, because no one's gonna lend their hand to help you. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. It's a sad truth. It's very sad.
Yeah.
But not me,
What
though.
about-
I'm one of those people who would want to help people and I get screwed over because I have a big heart.
What
I
about
want to
a
help you, but you're
snowy
gonna screw me
place?
over. You know what I mean?
Those guys,
Snowy place.
like the Northern Pole. Like, do we think zombies survive in the snow?
No, I would not.
They'd
And let me tell you
freeze,
why.
wouldn't they?
Because their body
Yeah.
temperature is already below 70. And the fact that their circulation isn't... I mean, it all depends on the decomposition of the body that in general. Because some zombie films actually show them getting rigor mortis and their bones cracking, like in Train to Busan, All of Us, those things like that. And what was it? World War Z is when they no longer have stimulation, they just go dormant and hang out. The ones in Black Summer, however, did operate in the wintertime. They were perfectly fine, but they're just parts of their body started falling off. So it all depends. I would think they would be much slower and less apt to attack you in a winter environment, because they would just... I don't know. It all depends on the type of zombie, I suppose. What do you guys think?
Nobody's making a good point too. Like, go to the desert or something.
The desert, yeah. Although that's a very harsh environment. I mean, if you could deal with it, if you could deal with that, that would be more less likely that anybody would gonna go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Bears and alligators come. It's true, unless we're talking about a virus that can convert people and animals into zombies, which would be fucking scary. If you guys know anything about State of Decay 3, apparently the animals are now becoming zombies, so that should be interesting to play. You know what I mean?
God.
Like
zombie
bears.
dogs.
Well, like Florida. Yeah, I don't want to be attacked by alligators. Not really. But I bet they're pretty tasty if you get pretty hungry, right?
Oh, God, we're not trying to kill one.
You're wrestling an alligator. What are you? I'm trying to get lunch, Bob. What are you doing?
Steve Irwin. Oh, God.
Oh
And
my
imagine
god.
a fast zombie dog, like in a Resident Evil 3, for example. Like,
Oh,
I'd be
Yeah.
out.
rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that. Okay, like I said, I would not survive a zombie
lion.
apocalypse
Oh.
because I'm
Oh,
slow.
Jen.
I can't run.
It reminds me of Resident Evil Outbreak. You're saying about zombie animals. There's a level in Resident Evil Outbreak File 2 where it's called Wild Things, and you go to like the zoo, and all the animals, like you've got like an elephant chasing you, which is like a zombie, and you've got like lions, you've got like an alligator, you've got birds, like all like
Birds.
yeah, like they're all like
Well,
zombified.
let's not talk about crows, all right? Resident Evil ruined that for me.
That's crazy.
But apparently, we're gonna go find Nova because Nova's got all of the zombie apocalypse ideas.
Oh yeah. Oh.
All right, so we're also gonna talk about supplies. You know, everybody has to have an emergency kit. They tell you to have an emergency kit in your car. You know, flashlights, blankets, those kind of things. What would you have in your kit, Queen?
Flashlight, of course.
Yep.
Batteries for the flashlight.
Yep.
Definitely, some bandages, you know.
Mhm.
I would carry, on my waist, a belt would be. Like, let's say someone gets shot or gets hurt, you can, like, put the belt around the bandages to make it stop bleeding. I think that's a very important thing to have with you.
Mhm.
You know, little snacks, like these power bars and stuff. Paracetamol maybe, but I don't think that's gonna be very helpful. Maybe the morphine that my mom still has from
You want
when she
morphine?
Yeah, meds.
when
I
she
mean,
had surgery.
meds, things like that. That even past their expiration date, they still have some value. So,
Yeah, exactly.
so take what you can, what you got. You know what I mean?
I would just
Yeah.
put like water and stuff in my backpack, and definitely carry like a knife with me. I will make a bow and arrow. I know how to do that, thankfully.
Oh,
And I would-
I'm definitely
I
taking
would-
Queen.
Hopefully, maybe find a shotgun along the way for emergency moments where I have to shoot. Yeah, that's what I would want to have.
All right,
me.
Jen. What would be in your
Um,
list?
Well, obviously my baseball bat that I've got.
Yes,
probably.
Jen. See, I like how Queen chooses to use sharps and Jen chooses to use blunt. So that means Jen holds more anger than Queen because she wants to beat things to death. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Jen
I'll
is
probably-
my mom because it's like, yes, I want to beat you. Go away. So
Well, I'll
Jen
probably
has
take
her custom.
scissors.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The scissors.
Yeah, some scissors, because not only can you use them as a weapon, you can use them to like cut like the bandages and stuff like
Yes.
that. And obviously, like I've got like a little first aid kit thing in my cupboard, like a bunch of like bandages and plasters and all that. I'd probably take that.
Mhm.
I would take like loads of like tins, because tins like they can last like a year or two. Like tin
Jen brings up a
stuff.
good point about canned food.
Canned food, yeah. And
Exactly.
like,
it is. That's something that you should have.
rice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, rice as well, like dried rice, because you can always like heat up water.
Oats. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else would I take? I mean, obviously, because Pete's got asthma, I'd literally just bun a
Oh,
hole.
does
like,
he?
That's the one concern that people with asthma in the apocalypse, like, how do they cope when you run out of asthma pumps?
Right.
God, yeah.
That's like scary. Like, but I would make sure that. Yeah, I think that's like the main like essentials, like a weapon, like stuff like first aid, and like maybe like some, because I know paracetamol might not help much, but sometimes it's like better than having no painkillers at all.
No,
Yeah.
no,
I
you're
guess.
completely right because I mean, being in an environment like that, you wouldn't have the ability to go to the doctor. So
Yeah.
having painkillers like antacids, things like that, vitamins that would be essential. You could probably barter for them for more money, and the money system would break down, so you would want to trade for things like that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with Ruby, like, I know, like, I would obviously take, like, loads of her food, but I know, like, if we had to go out, like, hunting, like, wildlife and that, I cook the meat, that I know that she could eat that way as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so... And she likes rice and pasta as well, like, dogs can have that, so, like, she could share our food. And that. And obviously, like, quilts, bedding,
mm-hmm.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, the environment is probably going to be that, and the other survivors are going to be the hardest part. I mean, zombies are, once you get yourself in a secure location, then you'll have to worry about the rest of the things, like food.
Pete!
No! Pete, get out of my chat! Why would you even say that?
Ruby, no!
Oh my gosh, Pete!
And she's in the room with you as well, because she's not up here. I hope she didn't, like, hear that.
Ring Banana says she's going to go to the Olive Garden and just party and eat so much until her stomach explodes. No, we'll come rescue you, Ring Banana. Don't worry, we'll save you. What about the quick clotting stuff that... Oh, yes, that's a good idea. I mean, if you find an abandoned, like, ambulance or something like that, or even an old veterinary place, you can find stuff to fix for clots, so you can stop bleeds.
Yeah.
My husband even uses, like, super glue in a pinch, just to cover up holes and things like that, so it doesn't bleed. It just, like, it's disgusting and it burns, but it'll actually seal up your wound long enough for it to stop bleeding, which is good. It's what you want to do in a pinch, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing I definitely would have in my survival kit. Definitely is super glue and duct tape. Because you could have both of those. My supply would definitely be water, just food, probably lots of canned food, like my Vienna sausage and Spam and SpaghettiOs and things like that. They have a lot of preservative, which means they would last a long time. Their shelf life is like 5 years, so that should give you an ample enough time to set up a garden somewhere when you do find shelter. So you would have those. Everybody needs their first aid items like bandages and butterfly clips and sutures. I mean, even if you sew like you're doing a voodoo doll up, it's good to have it and then not have it, you know what I mean? Things like that. And the super glue for magical emergencies and things like that. I would try to find a water filter. Some they have those outdoorsman's water filters where you can just like go randomly drink through them out of a stream because they're all filtered out. So that would be helpful if you're just wandering around looking for a new location. If you can find things like that. A radio, if there's still power, but I have a feeling the power would go out pretty quickly.
Eventually,
yeah, but having a radio so you can be updated on what's happening in the world. I mean, I'm pretty sure the internet and call communications would be the first two things to go down. So we would be in the black, but until then, you want to stay updated on everything. Like Jen said, we want to have blankets and coats and make sure you have extra clothes because things like that are important. Have toothbrushes and deodorant because hygiene will be important because...
What about us women as well?
Right.
Oh,
you want to have feminine supplies for us chicks because they ain't gonna stop during an apocalypse. You know what I mean? You gotta have that.
Like the old days when we run out.
Yeah. You'd be using rags on things and be like, oh, it's so gross! You know what I mean?
Nova said, are we accepting questions? You went, are you guys accepting questions?
Who's asking? Nova? Yeah, you can ask questions, Nova, if you got a question for one of us. Yes, razors. Razors would be...
They are perfectly shaped.
Because everybody needs to have that in shampoo.
Ain't that gonna be the last thing on your mind? Like, we're gonna go out and get some supplies, guys. We're running low on food. Oh, hang on, like, I just need to shave my legs. But, like, I know, like, how, like, the women, like, how are they perfectly shaved in the apocalypse? Like, you wouldn't have time or the worry to, like, shave.
Right?
Yeah, no.
I mean, I love how The Walking Dead that they looked greasy. They looked greasy and dirty all the time.
Tampons, P, don't mention that. Lizzie, I don't know if you've come across this in State, because you play State of Decay 2, ain't you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've come across an item you can pick up, but it's called a stray tampon. And
Oh
it's, like,
no,
highly
I
valuable.
haven't.
Yeah, we came across. It wasn't
Wow.
the stream it was not Tuesday just gone, but the Tuesday before that, and picked up an item. It was and it was a high trade value item, and it was called a stray tampon.
So, Ring Banana, the one thing irritated me in The Walking Dead was all of the grass was perfectly mowed. That pissed me off so bad. I was like, who's out there mowing the grass when there's zombies beating at the fence? Who the fuck's doing that? But anyway, the question
I could imagine some people doing that though.
Oh, would you guys rather have an engineer or a doctor in your survival group?
All right, that's a good question. I think I would rather have a doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
What would you do, Queen?
To have engineer.
Doctor.
All three of us
I
would
think
pick
doctors
doctor.
Yeah, because I'm when it comes to like anything like blood related or wounds or anything, I just can't. So we'd need the doctor to do shit like that because I'd end up collapsed on the floor.
Yeah, those would be in high commodity. So also in Black Summer, I mean, anybody that's a medical professional, anything like a pharmacist, a surgeon, even if you're a veterinarian, like in The Walking Dead, you'd be a high commodity, and people would be trying to find somebody like that in their group. You know what I mean? And everybody's always looking for the redneck because the redneck knows how to survive in absolutely shit conditions. You know what I mean? They'll be out there with their crossbows and their beer going, yeah, there's tons of those in PA. So it's like, okay, we'll survive perfectly. It's not a big deal. But I have a slight advantage because my husband can make anything. I swear to God. He'll figure out how to finagle something. So between him and my brother-in-law, we'll have all kinds of filters and everything made. But an engineer would be second. You want to have somebody that's a good leader because you got to have somebody to organize everything. Lexi will have to be our leader because I can't organize anything. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have somebody who has a little bit of medical knowledge of some sort. Somebody who knows how to maybe like do grow things.
Yeah, and maybe, but I'm not sure. A doctor would know what kind of plants you do or do not eat. I'm not sure if they are taught that in medical school, but I think they will know some kind of form of it because there will be people going to the hospital because they ate a berry or anything that is
survivalist would be ideal,
not good.
But
they are not taught that. That's wild to me. That's wild to me. They should be taught that.
Yeah, they're not taught that. So you're looking for a survivalist or a ranger. They would do something like that, I would think. But people that you would definitely want in your party is that, or somebody who could definitely fight. So, not putting all of the work on them, but have them teach other people how to defend themselves. Because it's not something that comes naturally. I mean, of course you're gonna flail at something if it's attacking you. But you want to be able to take it down without getting injured yourself. You know what I mean? Hello, I'm the fighter. You're cute. You're cute. 6'8" rugby player. Yes. Oh my God. You're 6 foot. Oh my God. I love tall people. I envy tall people. I have been small my whole life. Total small.
How tall are you, Lizzie?
I'm 5'2". I don't know what that is in centimeters, but
I'm 5'4".
Oh, yep.
2 inches taller, but so not much. We can all be midgets together.
Yeah, I'm totally small. And when I try to buy pants, it's ridiculous because I have to buy super petite pants. It's like they're too long. They drag on the ground. I love people with long legs. Yeah. It's like I can't. I'm so small. But yes, these are all muy important things, is what I'm saying. All right. But we'd also want to have, as I said, hygiene supplies of all sorts, including feminine products, and binoculars so you can survey the area. I mean, we never thought about taking over a water tower.
I don't think we have those here.
We have them here. there are big areas that have lots of water, obviously. But there could also be a good. But they're really outside, I would think. You could probably take over a power plant too, because that's where all the electricity hangs out. And they have lots of high fences, so that would work too. What? I'm going backwards. All right. I got distracted. What was I talking about? Supplies. I would really be screwed though, because I don't know how to drive.
Oh, no, me. That's I'd rely on Pete to drive.
It's like I can't drive vehicles, so I have to wing it. I probably crash into something. I'm not sure what type of vehicle I would prefer in a zombie apocalypse. But I would think, I don't know, just a regular truck would be okay. Probably nothing too big, like a bus, because that would be loud. Excuse me. Forklift? Why do you want to drive a forklift? Never mind.
Forklift.
I think I would want a motorcycle because the highways and stuff are probably all blocked by cars and shit.
Queen, do you want to do that? You played Days Gone, remember?
Yes, I want to do Oh no, never mind. Never mind.
Motorcycles and gas cans, like no, they
Yes,
just
she likes to set herself on fire with gas cans. Oh, we
Queen,
never
stick to
talked
your
about
bicycle.
I'll
Stick
just
to your
go with my
bicycle.
bicycle.
Yeah, stick to your bicycle.
So yeah, we never talked about that particular type of. I don't even know if they called it a zombie, because I didn't get to play that far into it. Queen gifted me that, by the way. But I haven't got too far into the story. What was the story behind that type of zombie?
A virus broke out. The government is still kind of looking into it. From what I understand from the story, they are zombies. They are infected by something that makes them want to eat people.
Eat people.
You know, the main protagonist is trying to survive, and he has lost his wife. It's all very sad and stuff, and he's trying to figure out what happened to her. And meanwhile, there are zombies everywhere, and things are crazy.
Things are crazy. Those are very sensitive to sound, right? Those kind of zombies.
Yes, I would say sound and sight. Yeah.
Alright, so most zombies are attracted to loud sounds. Even in Land of the Dead, they were attracted. They kept them occupied with fireworks because they're so attracted to light and sound. Train to Busan, they were also attracted. They could only see in the daylight, which was interesting. Nobody's ever done that before.
That's interesting, yeah.
Because once the lights went out, they get confused and they start bumping into things because they have no idea what's going on. I do enjoy that. There was something else too. I think All of Us Are Dead. There was another attribute to them. Yeah, they were really, really on sound, so they played music really loud through the intercom speakers to get them located in one spot so they could escape.
That's smart.
Yeah. But there was something else I was gonna say, but I completely forgot. Help me, brain. I completely lost what I was gonna say. Guys, don't get old. Please don't get old, because it's bad. You forget everything. Did either of you have anything else to say about the supplies?
Apparently
I'm getting raided by Godzilla and Cassie. The great Cassie, welcome on in, Cassie Raid, welcome on in, Raiders, to the podcast. We are talking about the zombie apocalypse with Queen 17KB and Shotgun Jen. They probably are having ads right now, so that sucks. But welcome on in, guys. Cassie, how are you? It's been so long since I've seen you. How are you? I hope you are well. What would you do in a zombie apocalypse, Cassie? Run away with her little kitty, Vampy. That's what she would do. She'd run away with her kitty. But it's good to see you. Thank you so much for the raid. You would not die. Yes, that's probably what I would do, but you know what I mean. I'll literally not make it. we're talking about shelter and supplies right now, which is pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot of places in my area where that could be good, possible good, safe holes, but there's so many people in this area. I think it would all be for naught. Everything would be just absolute chaos. It would be best to just like hide somewhere. Close off one of the main tunnels. Oh, we never thought about that. We have a lot of tunnels in around the city area. If we cut off one of the tunnels, maybe we could live there because there's lots of like interworking like doors and compartments, and could live in there for a little while. Never thought about that, but that goes with the I don't want to go outside, I just want to hide in the dark kind of thing. And I'm not all about being closed in because I have a fear of enclosed areas. But guys, Lord, if you do not follow Kazzy, you should do that right now because Kazzy is an amazing streamer. She's sweet and the best of the best on Twitch. So go give her a... Why can I not shout people out? Guys, I am a terrible streamer. Why do you follow me? Thank you, Cupid. I can't shout anybody out. I'm stupid. No, go follow her because she is the sweetest. She is the sweetest. I love her. I love her pictures of her cats too. Her cat.
Ooh, so kitties.
She has a cute kitty named Vampy. He's so cute.
Oh, Vampy, that's cute.
Vampy.
Little vampire. But yeah, she does lots of cozy streams. She does Stardew Valley and oh my god, my brain went blank. What else does she play? Lots of she does sometimes does Dead by Daylight too. You guys should go play with her. These two like Dead by Daylight, so a little bit of DVD. Yeah, zombie apocalypse. True, ugly, truly. He's not ugly. He's cute. Anyway, thank you, Kazzy, for coming to see little old me. And go rest, go pee, do whatever you need to do after a long stream. I appreciate your face. Now, what was I saying? Something about zombie apocalypse. Oh, yes, supplies. My husband mentioned something about solar panels. I'm not sure where we would find those, but they probably would be useful for generators and things like that, yeah.
I'll just nick my neighbours across the road.
They have them?
Across the road from me, yeah, has some solar panel. I'll just nick them.
Yeah, over in the UK, the houses and things are smaller, but I love your guys' little cobblestone, like, fences around everything. It's so cute. And here we got these gigantic buildings with birds that want to poop on your head. It's great. They just hang up. Pigeons are up there. The pigeons are up there. They're waiting to poop on your head. They're like, all right, get in position. So, you know what I mean? But you guys have such cute, quaint, like, cottages and things like that. And we're like, mega city! Smog and potholes. We actually have potholes in Pittsburgh that swallow buses. So it's like, yeah, no, we have things that collapse. You don't want to come here. It's bad. Alrighty. Wait. Okay. All right. Where we at? Okay. The water from the rainwater, the supplies, rural areas, highly elevated locations, islands, things like that. Oh, when you guys are going out to scavenge, what would be your best plan? Would you guys go out at night? Would you go out at day? Would you try to mask your scent like they did in The Walking Dead with, like, zombie guts? Things like that?
Oh. I mean, with the night, yeah, it's more quieter and less visibility.
Mm-hmm.
And daytime, like, I don't know if they're not, like, even though you might think it's safe because it's more quiet, but that might not necessarily be a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I would probably go out in the day because of having more visibility and just natural environments would mask the noise and stuff. I'd probably just try and sneak behind cars, like be just like really quiet and sneak.
So you'd go on foot?
I probably would because I can't drive or anything like that.
I can't drive either.
If I found a bike, I'd
we
use
do a little bicycle.
yeah, I'll take a bicycle. Like I can ride a bike, but everything else, I I can't even like skate or anything. So.
Yeah, I would definitely have a scouting party in twos. You know, one person to look out, one
I
person
wouldn't
to
go on my
scavenge.
own. I definitely would have someone with me because that's the one thing I hate with movies is when like zombie apocalypses and stuff like that, or any type of film where you got killers after you. It's always, oh, they're split up, and it's like, no, you don't do that.
No.
At least go in like a team of two. Like, don't go on your own. So, no, like it'd always be like a pair.
See, Jen understands.
Yeah.
Jen understands. You need somebody to watch your back, okay? You need somebody to watch your back. Yeah, I would definitely go in the daytime as well, because you know visibility. Since probably the electricity and shit will be out. I know you have the cloak of darkness, but you know everything would be more heightened at night. So they'll be looking for. They'll be like, snacko over that way, you know. So yeah, I definitely would do all of my scavenging at night. Not, I mean, in the daytime, not at night, because
I know what Queen would choose.
Nighttime.
What?
Yeah.
Why, Queen? Why would you do yours at night?
Well, first of all, I hate daylight. I'm always tired during the day, so if I go out during daylight, I'm gonna die. I know it. I'm gonna die. At night, though, I'm more awake. I'm always alert. I can see pretty well in the dark because I'm used to it. And I think at night it's mostly quiet. The birds, animals are quiet, which makes every movement you hear either a zombie or a human being or some kind of owl that's hunting for mouses or something. But I think you can be very aware of who's around you. Don't use lights. Don't. Because if you give yourself some time to get used to the darkness and you make sure it's not clouded at night, you can see a lot. You can see a lot. So don't use flashlights. If you see a flashlight, you know it's a human being. It could be a friendly person or someone who's going to shoot you the moment they see you. So don't engage. And I think you would be safer because zombies could not see you that well if you don't use lights. But it highly depends because I would never ever go out in the woods at night. Never, because
Oh god.
you could step on something so easily and make a noise. So I would not do that. But if I'm walking through the streets, I would definitely go out at night. Definitely.
Interesting. Queen is definitely YOLO, but she's correct about your eyes adjusting to nighttime. My eyes suck.
Yeah, they can adjust so well. It's crazy. I've been in the woods at night with friends, and the amount of things you can eventually see if you wait like 15 minutes or something is just crazy. You can see a lot, especially with the moon out.
Full moon, I saw you standing alone. I'm not right in the head. Okay. We're also going to ask, okay, say you have an established base. You're secure wherever you chose to be. If you're in the prison, if you're in the country house, if you're on the rooftop. And then other survivors come and knock at your door. Knock, knock, knock. They have a wounded person and they say that they need your help. Would you take them in or tell them to fuck off?
See, with me, I would have to show me the wound. Well, obviously, like with the others, I'll tell them to strip down naked, so I can see every single part of their body to make sure they've got no bites.
I love that.
Scratches.
You strip down nude, I'll let you in. Woo! Yeah. All right, go. We don't kind of Camp Cheese running.
Well, the amount of times that in like zombie films and that, like they let survivors in and they're hiding like a bite wound and stuff like that because they didn't check them over or they're hiding it. It's like the easiest way is tell them, put like gunpoint or threaten to hit them over the head. They don't strip down and check them over.
Yeah.
And the wounded person would obviously be like, all right, well, strip them down so I can see everywhere else to make sure there's no bite mark and actually see what wound they got. And if it looks like a bite wound, like from a zombie, now I'll be like, no, you lot can come in 'cause you're good. That person can stay out here. But if it's like a natural wound, I'd be all right. Yeah, you can come in.
Jen's gonna be the warlord of the apocalypse. You stripped down naked, bitch! You better not have any bites or I'll beat you in the back of the head.
Well, if the person wounded it was a bite mark, I'd just like tell them to leave them there on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Or tell them to, well, you've got to decide to put them at the vigil because they've been bitten. Like, they're going to die no matter what. I can't bring them in and risk my community.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's what I would do.
All right, but so you would let them in?
So you can see if they've been bitten, Pete. What if they've been bitten on the butt cheek?
All right, let me see your ass just in case you don't have zombie teeth in there, okay?
Yeah. Oh.
You're so cute. Oh my god, I love it. Remind me not to get bit around her camp, okay?
Oh, you're getting naked, girl.
That's right, you get naked, show me your butt cheeks. Oh god, I love it. I love it. Queen, what would you do?
Well, first of all, they would have to turn in all their weapons.
Oh, Queen is also a warlord. Give me your fucking weapons, you ain't crossing that line. All right, go ahead.
I can get them back when they leave, but when you're in my space, my safe space, you won't have access to them because I don't know who you are. But if my gut would even 1 second doubt my decision or tell me, Queen, these people are not here because they need help, or these people are not to trust, or, you know, if I would have one single doubt, because you can feel when a person has bad intentions most of the time, not always, but most of the time, I would instantly say no, because it's better to go with your survival instinct at that point, because you are in a survival situation, than to just let people in for, you know, for being good, because being good can be punished so harsh in situations like that. It's insane, and it can cost you your life if you don't listen to your gut in a situation like that, I think.
Yep.
So yeah,
that's well, we both have two warlords over here. They're like, oh, we're gonna be nice to you, but we're gonna strip you down, and it's just like, if I don't like your face, I'm gonna kick you the fuck out. I love it.
Yeah, I'd keep an eye on them. Yeah, I'd keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, Queen has the sus level of like 120. So you twitch wrong. I mean, you lift your butt cheek wrong. You're out. You're out. I don't like you. Get
out of here.
No, but I totally agree about the weapons and the checking of body parts. But I wouldn't go quite as far as that you have to strip down naked. I definitely would have a designated person to go and check. Somebody I trusted to go and check them before I'd even let them in. And the weapons would definitely also be kept in a safe place, but as long as you're here, you aren't allowed to have any, because I don't want you beating all my people, is basically it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely would have to go through a screening kind of process before and the person that's wounded, it's like, yeah, what's he wounded by, and don't lie to me. Let me see it. Did he get bit in the bum?
Well, it's the safest way, like, to check, because what if they got bitten, like, on the crutch?
Right.
And they're wearing pants, and you're like, yeah, you got no bite marks on your arms and stuff like that, but they're hiding it because they got bit on the crutch for some reason. Like, you never know.
Zombie strippers.
That's why you got bit by the crotch.
Yeah, I would, from my community, yeah, I'd put them, like, in a separate section and keep an eye on them, like, give them, like, a trial period. And when, like, over time, like, they gain my trust, then I'd be like, okay, I'd never give them their weapons back, never. Like, I don't even trust, like, my closest people with that, but...
Exactly.
Yeah.
I definitely would want to be in a Jen community, because Jen is the most level-headed person I know.
You sure you don't want to go to Queen's deserted island?
Queen's gonna roll that bitch like a tyrant. No, get out! I think she'd even kick me out. I don't trust you. But it's okay. It's all right.
Oh, mutiny. Oh.
No, mutiny. No, I love Queen to death. Queen would be a good leader too, but she would definitely be very stern and strict about who she lets in, because
I'm not sure if I would be the leader.
You would definitely be a leader.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I can see Queen's role of being one of those people that interrogates people, keeps an eye on them, like the ones that, like, works in the shadows, like
she's the right hand man.
bringing out,
Everybody
like,
has a right hand man.
the liars and the ones not to trust, and that, like sort of like the investigative type person.
Yeah, but I need you guys to punish them, because I'm always the one who knows when someone is not, okay or a good person, and then I still let them hurt me.
I know Lizzie would be in my community. Her role.
I'd be what?
I know you would be in my community.
Who?
You would, like, say, like, we needed to sneak into, like, a shop to get supplies, but there was, like, zombies banging on the door. I think you would be, like, the decoy, like, scream at them in the street.
Yeah, it would be. Yo, come get some fat snacks.
Yeah. Come here, free meat.
God.
Yeah, I'd be that person. I'm like the Daryl Dixon of like bang bang bang, come get it, bitch, bang bang bang, come get it.
Lizzo was bait.
I would be bait. I'd be zombie bait. You know what I'm saying? Jen would be like the Rick Grimes, and and you'd have the second in command. Queen's kind of like a mix between Daryl and Shane put together. So it's like she's got good wisdom, but she also is ruthless and knows how to take care of shit. So I think that would be good too. Nice balance, I think. But yeah, you always need to have somebody who has your back, your person that in your community that you trust 100%, to say, hey, is that guy talking bullshit or what? You know what I'm saying? But there's another question.
No, but Lizzie, you would also, not only would you be like the decoy, like you would also be like the mum of the group, like the one that cooks, looks after people.
Please don't make me cook, I'll kill you. What are we having? Spam again?
Guys, Lizzie's cooking tonight.
Everybody else, no, do you got antacids? Because you're gonna need them.
No, but you would be the one that looks after people and like be like keep people's spirits up, like the motivation.
I'm the cheerleader and the bait,
the hope. Yeah, like don't give up kind of person.
But I'm not a good leader because I have a problem of trusting people that screw me over constantly. So that's why Queen should be the leader, or you be the leader, because it's like, yeah, my tuning fork is broke. That gut feeling is like, do I trust him? Do I not trust him? Do I trust him? Do I not trust him? Also, Lizzie would be good as settlement guard to yell at everybody so they can hear it.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't need like an alarm or a tannoy. It would just be Lizzie saying, "Zombie over me, guys!"
See, that's why it would be a great decoy, just running through the street. Come and get it!
You wouldn't need an alarm. Like you could just have Lizzie yelling.
See, at least that'd be good to have as a person in the community.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, Lizzie.
Oh, it's good. At least I'm loved.
Yeah.
Hey, we need to go out and get supplies. You ready? Yeah, I got my megaphone. Let's go. I'm ready. But yeah, I'm one of those people that would risk my life to save a cat in the apocalypse. So I'm really not a good person to have as a leader. You know what I'm saying? Too many people to pull wool over my eyeballs.
No, but you know when you get people in zombie apocalypse and they like just give up, like they're like, I can't do this anymore, but I just can't. Like you would be that person that would sit by them and like hug them and put your hand on their shoulder and be like, look, we can get through this. We're strong, guys. Together we are strong. You'd be one of those people. Like people go to you for comfort and
I give hugs.
Yes.
I'll give hugs. We can do this. We can beat zombies.
Yeah.
We got Queen as our leader.
Cinnamon guard.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to stand on the thing. Hey, zombies are coming! Yo, can you be quiet? The zombies will hear you. Get inside! Zombies are coming! Hell, I wouldn't even need a megaphone, man. My voice will carry.
So you would.
I could fly down a helicopter. Yo! Get down here! But But it would be scary because of all the people that would be having withdrawals from caffeine and cigarettes and shit. Everybody would be edgy. Get away from me! I think we have caffeine and it's like 6 weeks! Yeah, all the things you'd be without. Can't text people, can't play games.
Needs a Lizzie in their community.
I'm loved!
Definitely. Yeah. Everyone does.
Yeah. I know, I'm not very good at planting anything, so yeah, I guess my loudmouth and being a decoy would be good. Yeah. Yeah. Come and sit with me, I'll talk and tell you stories.
Oh yeah, story
Well,
time
Jen's
with
out
Lizzie
there
as well. Like,
stripping.
all the like, the little kids of the group sit around and like Lizzie's sitting there and she's telling like the stories and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah, well, Jen's over here stripping people and looking for bites in the butt cheek. I'm telling stories to the little kids.
There'll be me and Queenie spit. I'll be like, Queen, does that look like a bite to you?
Oh my god, you guys are so fun. I love it.
And it'll be like Queen like putting me aside like, Jem, keep an eye on that person. I don't trust them.
Yeah. If she be in your ear, be like, yo, my gut's giving me a bad feeling. She's got bad vibes.
Yeah, bad vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I sat and thought about this a lot. It's like, what if these people come in, somebody's wounded, it's please help me. I mean, like, if it's a zombie bite, sorry, you should shoot him in the head now. Be honest type of people. It's like, sorry, just turn them away, that kind of thing. But I definitely would be very, very leery of letting anybody else into the community. Because naturally, I let those people in the community for a reason. I trust them or whatever. Or their family members. So I don't want anything to happen to them. Because being alone in apocalypse would suck. It would really suck.
Yeah.
True.
You okay, Queen? Are you falling asleep? Are you alright?
No, I'm alright. I'm alright.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You positive?
Positive.
Okay. Welcome back,
No,
Lozzie.
I was just thinking, like, you know, would you have like a partner? Well, you guys would have someone you love, in apocalypse. And like, would I have someone?
No, but you would have the best part. You would have apocalyptic sex, which would be awesome. That is the wildest and most raw shit in the world, okay? That is, I could die tomorrow, I'm gonna fuck this guy right now, or fuck this girl right now. Or I'm gonna fuck this guy and girl right now. So it all depends.
I'm just sleeping around in Jen's community.
I'm going to sleep with all of you guys and see who's the best, you know what I mean? Taking a tally.
Oh my god.
But yeah, relationships are going to be difficult if you don't start with them. Because trust is going to be on the... Don't leave me alone, Lozzie! You know how my brain works!
Oh, Lozzie would be a great storyteller. Like,
Yeah,
stories and a...
Yeah.
Lozzie would be a good teacher, I think.
Yeah, if you guys
like,
in my
teach
community...
the children.
If you guys didn't know, Lozzie actually has one of her stories printed in a magazine, which is epic for writers. Yeah, Lozzie is an amazing storyteller, and she has the sweetest voice too. She's definitely a mom. She's gonna be a mom too. We'll be telling stories. I'll be the goofy mom. She can be the loving mom. I'll be over here laughing about butt cheek jokes, and she's over here going, "No, just don't pay attention to her." Yes, teacher. We can keep Cassie as the teacher. Because Cassie's actually a teacher. So we can have Cassie in our community and she can be the teacher. She can teach the kids. You know what I mean? Because you're going to have some kind... I mean, children and the elderly will be the hardest to maintain in a zombie apocalypse.
Question is, would you still have children in a zombie apocalypse?
Oh, that's a good question.
Would you say, okay, let's not have children because this is just an immense amount of suffering? Why would we want to live on or pass on this world? Yes,
exactly. Why? Well, I don't want to have children anyway, but all the people that died, they're going to have something for the future, because the people that are living there now would be the last generation. The last children would be the last generation if people decided not to have any more children. But Queen brings up a good point. Why would you want to bring up a child? Not only because that is going to be a super harsh environment for them to learn, because they're going to have to learn to kill at a very, really early age. And that's going to leave trauma. So do we really want to do that? On the other hand is, do you want to perpetuate the human species or just let it die out because of the zombie apocalypse? What do you think, Jen?
Well, I wouldn't want to have kids just to help continue the human race. I couldn't cope. Like, I don't know if I'd want to bring a child into that.
Yeah, no, not me.
I don't think I would. Like, because it's not a nice world to be brought up in, is it? Like zombies and no, I don't think I could do that. Like, bring a child into it. Like, if like other women in my community wanted to carry on the human race, I'd be like, all right, crack on, but I'm not doing it. So,
Pete! Shame on you!
Oh.
Pete, you are a gem. Please don't ever change. See, everybody's agreeing with me. What do you think, chat? Would you want to have children to perpetuate the human species, or would you rather not have children and save them the suffering of having to live in an apocalyptic world? There's also the question of trying to bring this child up, trying to have them the correct amount of nutrition for them, the correct amount of education and socialization. Plus, they're going to have to learn to behave and not get everybody else killed because they're crying or having a fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's very hard to bring a kid up in a world that is already so broken. It's already hard to bring someone up in this world that is very broken also. But imagine a world where there's constant fear of dying or being attacked.
I'm sorry, I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at Pete's comment.
Oh no, I know.
How do you know? It's not an apocalypse, Pete. Apocalypse sex would be awesome. You have no idea.
Oh my god.
Okay, go ahead. Continue what you're saying. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No worries. So I'm like, how do you justify bringing a kid into this world if it's like that? That's my my question there. Like, how do you justify it to your kid? Like, yeah, why? Because as a kid, I would ask why. Well, why did you have me in this environment?
Mm-hmm. Also, the aspect of finding a random child in the apocalypse. Would you save them, or would you let them go? Because children in your community would be a massive responsibility, plus everything else you have to work with.
yeah.
I mean, if you have any motherly instinct whatsoever, you naturally would want to save them. But bringing them in is going to be twice the work as anybody else in your group.
I would save them because whatever happened is not something that they have chosen for or that they are responsible for.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as an adult you do have some kind of responsibility to protect children, even if you're not a mother yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important to protect their innocence and to save someone that is not fully capable of taking care of themselves.
Queen, that is the most motherly thing you have ever said.
Yeah, and I don't want to be a mother, but
but it was very, very sweet. Why are you saying penis sock in my chat? Anyway.
Yeah, I do think you have some kind of responsibility, even if you're not a mother or you don't want to have kids yourself. If you see a kid that's like, let's say 6 or 7 years old and has no ability of taking care of themselves and they're out there on their own and they lost their mom or dad or anyone who was taking care of them, then take them with you.
Yep, I would too. I know I say I don't like kids because they're loud and obnoxious and they act about my age because I really have never grown up from like 14. So but I probably would save them anyway because I'm that person. Yeah, I would probably try to protect them as best as I could. You know what I mean? How about you, Jen?
What's that? Sorry, my mind just went elsewhere. Sorry.
It's all right. If you found a child in the apocalypse, would you take them in or leave them?
Oh, I mean,
so say they're about 6 or 7 years old, because Queen gave that example, so we'll use that. She's about 6 or 7 years old, so they have no concept about what's going on, but they do understand that they're alone and they don't have anybody. So
yeah, I mean, like, obviously I'm never gonna have kids because I'm not a kid person. I enjoy like my freedom like too much and stuff. I'm not really like a motherly type, but obviously I love my niece and nephews to bits and stuff. But I mean, if I would take them in, because I couldn't like deal with the guilt of like leaving like a 7-year-old kid out there to fend for themselves.
Yeah.
Like, and if I had to take care of them, like I would, even though I'm not really the one for kids and stuff, but I would.
It sounds like The Last of Us.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I just couldn't like do that. Like, I think that's just like cruel, like leaving like a 7-year-old kid out there to like fend themselves. Like, they haven't really got. They're only 7. They're still a kid. They haven't really got much knowledge of like the world and how to survive and all that. And they need some like guide, because they're not gonna last. Like, they need some guidance.
right,
Yeah.
Like an adult, like. But yeah, I would like take them in, definitely.
But Jen brings up a point that we would be cold-hearted and leaving them there to die, which would eventually happen. Because if you watch the Walking Dead and how Rick first started out, that he was trusting everybody, wanted to help everybody, and eventually he went down this track of becoming more cold and just didn't care anymore and just protected the people in his family. I have a feeling that we would all turn out like that. Like, eventually you'd be suspicious of everyone who comes in, because eventually you're going to get screwed over so many times and almost die. So you're just going to put up the shield and go, okay, the people in this community is it. I'm not letting anybody else in.
It highly depends on what you're going through. If you let people in and they are very trustworthy, they become like a family or friends, or they become people that are really good to the community, then sure, you'll be like, okay, let me just reconsider letting somebody else in because I've had good experiences. But imagine if you're getting screwed over and over and over again, and people just turn out to be very, bad most of the time, then I would most certainly at some point decide, okay, this is enough. I've been, abused, betrayed, fucked over enough. I'm not gonna trust anyone. That's a very normal reaction that we all would have, I think.
Yeah, the psychology behind having a zombie apocalypse would be incredible. Of how you would have to adapt to survive, because your basic morals would change completely in order for you to live in a world like that.
Yeah. Like, it's very good to have a moral compass inside of you. That if one day all morals or all laws or all rules fall away, that you still know what's good and what's not good.
Yeah, that's what they were getting at in The Walking Dead. How people are just slowly just going off, treating people like garbage and like fending for themselves and willing to kill for, their survival. But yeah, just to keep that moral compass somewhere in the keep your humanity
Somewhere.
so you won't turn into a blood killing monster would probably be the goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, otherwise I'm not gonna say you turn into an animal, because animals also make good decisions and have a moral compass, but you will turn into a beast. Definitely. Definitely.
True. Yeah. All right. We've talked about a bunch of things today. That's everything on my list. So do you two ladies have anything else that you want to talk about for these last, 20 minutes? Anything about the zombie apocalypse? How about you, chat? Do you have anything that you want to bring up that we can discuss?
Would take an friendly. I think Camp, knows very
temperamental personality. Would I would not.
It's a very temperamental personality.
No.
Oh. No, just in case they flip or they I don't know, like just have one of their fits or whatever.
Because the morale of your community is going to be the
Yeah.
most important. Like Jen said, me being a cheerleader, you got to have somewhat of a normal baseline because everything outside of those walls are incredibly bad, and it just makes you would not want to get and up every day. You know what I mean? So having somebody who would be intentionally bringing down the group would be horrible, and having the fighting inside of your community when there's fighting outside would be like you're combating two sides and you're losing the war. So I would definitely not have them in the community unless they can behave themselves, which I know they probably couldn't do if I know them very well.
That's why everyone needs a Lizzie in their community, because
Yes!
if Lizzie can make
Hire
me
Lizzie today!
smile, if Lizzie can make me smile whenever she comes in my streams or I hear her voice, then I'm sure it's going to work for everyone else. So
Jen, you are too sweet of a bean. You know that, right? People cringe at the sound of my voice, so you make me weepy. Tear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I also think if someone is coming to you that's an old friend or not an old friend, and you know that their behavior is not acceptable, and you come across them in an apocalypse and you don't let them in, it's justifiable because their behavior was already erratic or ridiculous from the start and never done anything to make it better. They didn't went to therapy or anything, so they have no intention of changing, so why would you let someone like that in?
Right. Because trust is going to be a huge factor in any relationship in the apocalypse, unless it's rough sex. But anyway, we're just checking a joke. But anyway, we're definitely gonna have a close knit group to have any chance of survival. People that have always got your back, people you can trust, and having somebody that is iffy is not going to be very good.
It is a tough choice, Pete, but you can hold people accountable for their actions, even when it is in a situation where you kind of feel like you have to let them in because it's a dangerous situation. And at some point, it is okay to hold somebody accountable for their own asshole behavior. That is okay in my opinion.
Spoken like a true leader.
Because not taking action or taking action, not getting better with your behavior in the past and letting it go on, losing friends, hurting people, and not, getting better, reaching out for therapy or seeing your terrible behavior, you should be held accountable for that at some point, even though if someone is going to be on their own the rest of their fucking lives, that's on them, not on you. Sorry, I've thought a lot about this.
We know.
In my life, and I don't do this in my own life because I'm dumb. Sometimes I don't listen to myself, but that's my opinion on it. But
it's a matter of life or death at the end of the day. Exactly, Pete. This is this is you surviving, and basic fight or flight instincts are going to kick in hardcore. So you're going to want to protect what's yours, and you're going to want to protect your family, and anything that gets in the way of that, you're going to want to get rid of and eliminate immediately.
Yeah.
But make sure you sign up for one of our apocalyptic parties today. Pick what group that you want to be in. We're just going to be in all one big group. You know that.
No joke. There are people that seriously prepare themselves for something like this in the real world.
The apocalypse preppers. There's a show on it. But yeah, I thought it would be fun to just sit and talk with my favorite two ladies about the zombie apocalypse, because we talk about the zombies anyway. So, but yeah. Anything else to say before we close out, ladies?
Stay safe.
Stay safe in the zombie apocalypse.
Because it could happen. Lizzie, you know what you need to write? You need to write a Zombie Survival Guide 101 book.
I do. Would you guys read it?
Yeah.
I sit and think about these things, because my brain drifts off. People say that all writers, they just sit down and they write books. No, we sit there and we daydream like forever. Sister Chan! Anyway, yeah, we sit and we daydream about scenarios for hours and hours and hours. And one of the things when I was sick for a long, long time, I'd lay in bed and think about what I would do in a zombie apocalypse. I'd be like, okay, so now I'm laying here, I'm thinking about my street layout and the buildings in the area, with what I would do, and it's just something that I've always thought about. Can we collaborate on it? Yes, Lozzie! I would love that! Can you imagine that? Lizzie and Lozzie's book? Zombie Apocalypse Survival by Lizzie and Lozzie. Oh, I love that.
God.
I love it. I love it already.
Lizzie and Lozzie.
Lizzie and Lozzie. Right? But yeah, I would love to write that book. I'm not an expert by any means, but I love to just talk about it because it's fun. I don't know why it's fun. It's just fun, you know? Because I'm into the supernatural and shit. You know what, Explosive? We don't even want to talk about that right now. Yeah, we're not talking. We're talking about zombies. Okay? Yeah, Lizzie and Lozzie. Yes, the sisters. The dynamic zombie duo is what we're saying, right? Would you take in someone who has
never happens, Explosive?
Would you take in someone who's a good person but was a burden? Need to carry. How, Pete? Do they have an illness? Or are they just lazy? You need to elaborate on your question. Because burdens, it depends on what kind of a burden they are. I mean, if they're a good person, I probably wouldn't kick them out even if they seemed burdensome. But I mean, if they had like maybe they're missing a limb, like you're an amputee, or if they had an illness, there could always be something they could do in the community to help out. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
But if they're a good person and good for the team, I wouldn't kick them out. And we're talking about a complete opposite of the person I knew, but that was an asshole, who I would not let in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Only thing you would need for the zombie apocalypse would be a stick. Just a stick.
Kind of useless.
Kind of useless at things. I mean, everybody, no matter what you say about a person being a burden, they're always good at something. Even though it might be like crossword puzzles. But there's always something that somebody can do that they excel at above everybody else. Because no one is absolutely 100% useless. You know what I mean?
Well, if they're useless, like, just send them out as zombie bait.
That's my job.
Yeah, they've got use.
I'm going to have to make a t-shirt now that says zombie bait on the back of it. Thanks, Jen.
And they're just like an emote of like Lizzie, like yelling.
Oh wait, I need to make an emote of me with a megaphone. Jen, I need to commission you. We need to draw me with a megaphone because that would be amazing.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah, that would be it. But zombie bait, because everybody in the zombie apocalypse, I mean, if they're a good person but they have some kind of thing going on, maybe they're just not all here in the head, maybe they have mental trauma, they could always be useful somehow in the community. I mean, they could just be sorting through like canned goods or labeling things or organizing events for the children. I mean, no one is technically a burden in the apocalypse unless they make themselves a burden. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, that's going to be it for our zombie apocalypse talk today. I hope you guys
I've actually enjoyed this. Yeah,
same.
I think you set out the questions like really well and like made us like really think.
Oh, I mean, I swear to God, I was gonna send it to you. I am so sorry. Work has been hell on me. I had the whole list set out and everything. Hey, Zenbo, you missed it.
No, it makes it more natural to do it like this, I think.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll do more apocalyptic podcasts. Well, maybe we'll do something else, like a pandemic. That would be fun. We're living through a pandemic.
Well, we had that one.
Yes, we all have experience with that one. So, I mean, what if it was like something like a super contagion? What would happen if you're in the quarantine zone? How would you survive? That kind of thing. If Jen and Queen would come back to be on the podcast, I would love that. And don't worry, Zembo, I upload all of my podcasts to YouTube after I decide to edit them a little bit because they're just ginormous. But I will be putting them up on the YouTubes so you guys can watch any of the ones I've already made. Yeah, we did one for Resident Evil, didn't we? A long time ago. Yeah.
Yes.
The Evil Cast.
Yes.
We did that. But I love having these two ladies on my stream, so thank you so much. I'm very honored that you came on here, Shotgun Jen and Queen
Thank you for having
17KB.
me.
Of course.
You guys are amazing people, and I would not want to spend the apocalypse with anybody else. But thank you everybody for coming to join us and chat with us and throw out your questions because zombies are amazing to chat about, right? So you guys can either drop off now because I know you guys are busy and have stuff to do, or you can hang out with me while I raid somebody. It's up to you.
No, I'll wait.
You'll wait? Okay.
I'll wait.
You'll wait.
Oh, wait.
All right, guys.
We'll wait, woman.
I'll wait. God damn it. But yeah, please, can I have a shout? Thank you. Give shout out for Shotgun Jen. Shotgun Jen is an amazing streamer. Has a beautiful community. Plays all kinds of cool things. Does mods with like Tomb Raider and Resident Evil and things like that. She's so amazing. Go follow her now, or I'll haunt you. No, I'm just kidding. Also follow Queen. She's not going to be streaming for a while, but when she comes back, she will be awesome. Is what I'm saying.
Thank you.
But anyway, so please give lots of love to them because I love them both dearly. They're close in my heart. So,
love you.
What is today? Today's Thursday, right?
Yes.
I have no idea what I'm gonna stream on Tuesday. So wait, Tuesday's the first, right? Right, or Sunday. I don't know if I'll be streaming Sunday or not because it depends on how work is. I might just take a relaxing day. But Tuesday is going to be a special day. I'm going to show you guys my bullet journal. And we can go through that and you can see how I set up my bullet journal. It'll be fun and cozy, just a little cozy stream. And after that, I have no idea what's happening because I haven't made a schedule for March yet. But I'm also going to be doing the walk-only Resident Evil 2 challenge, so I'm going to be walking through the entire game. Just walking.
God.
Which is going to be absolutely fucking terrifying. But I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it well. So I hope you guys will be there for that. So let's see if we can find somebody to raid. Do we have people we can raid? Who shall we raid? Why isn't anybody streaming today? Oh my god. Oh my god. Who am I gonna raid?
No one's on.
Not really. Oh, well, Sam and Egg are on. Let's go raid Egg. Let's raid the Egg! Because Egg is amazing. I love Egg, the Egg. Egg is playing Batman, I think. The Mayor Egg.
Batman.
Playing Batman. Batman Arkham Asylum or something. Why can I not type? There we go. We're gonna go say hi to Egg. I would be happy if you guys would give a big happy hi hello from the pizza party. Because she's a great person. Trust me. We're gonna do that. Everybody have a good afternoon/evening. Stay safe. Eat that cake and pizza. Remember, I love you. I will see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Boy.
Bye-bye. Raid.
Ooh.